Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about working with tasks. Task is basically something that will happen in the dialer. You can have different ranges of tasks. You can have call tasks, you can have email tasks, you can even have wait tasks. We'll look into those as soon as you log into the dialer. So yeah, we'll get started straight away. Let's just go and log in with our account. Okay, and what I'm going to do is go to the campaign section. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to go and create a new campaign. So I'm just going to go to freestyle. I'll always do it with a freestyle campaign so you can see how it is from scratch. Okay, you can see that all these options are blank here. So what we'll do, the tasks, they're actually held in the task area. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see at the minute we've got a blank canvas. Okay, so to see the different tasks that are available, we can just click up here in the top right hand corner, and you can see here that we've got call tasks, export tasks, new contacts, wait, email, and webhook. Okay, the call task, what that is the clues in the name. Okay, it's a task that you'll make a call from. You can actually have all these different options here. You can, for example, change the speed of the dialer. You can see whether it detects answering machines and stuff like that. What we'll do first of all is we'll just give it a name. So I'm going to call it call first call. Okay, the same rule as with the sort of the custom statuses. Okay, and the forms. The title, this is what the agent will see. You can have spaces in that. Okay, it's the internal name that has to have the underscores in it. Okay, so yeah, what we're going to call this is call first call. The reason that I've called it first call, the reason I've got call at the beginning is because this will allow you in the future to group different reports together. So imagine that you had call first call, call second call. You could actually make a report that's based on everything that begins with call. So you could do analytics, you could do reports. As I say, the possibilities are endless. Okay, so once we've put in the title and the internal name, we'll just click on the tick to save those settings, and you can see now that we have it in our task list. Okay, we have the option here to remove duplicates. This is it's going to check duplicates that are already on the system. So imagine that today you upload a database of leads, and then tomorrow you upload another database, but some of those leads are actually sort of contacts that you've already previously uploaded. The dialer will actually pick that out. Okay, it will pick them out and it will mark them as failed and duplicate. And also it bases its duplicate check on the telephone numbers. Okay, it won't base its duplicate check on any other field that you have in there. Okay, we've got the option here, allowed state details. This will allow you to define different states for different tasks. Okay, so you could have, for example, some successes and declines that will only be possible on the first call, but not on the second call. Okay, so you can, as I say, you can tell the dialer which ones you want the agent to see when they're in that particular task. Okay, if we minimize that, we can see here now that we have the dialer settings. So we've got manually dialing, okay, which is what we call preview. Manual dialing, okay, it just gives you the option here of recording the call, so you can record the agent and the customer or just the agent. Okay, you can assign your line number as well. Okay, and you can also show the number of contacts available in the actual call area. This is what the agent will see. So they'll see the number of contacts that they can possibly call. Okay, if we look at the automatic dialing, which we call predictive, okay, you'll see here that there's the option to filter out the answering machines, because the predictive is where it dials various contacts per agent. Okay, and then it only connects the call to the agent when the destination picks up the call. So if someone picks up a call, it will then automatically open up on the screen of the agent and it will connect to the agent. Okay, we can actually have here the basic option, which is smart standard. Okay, this is like the slowest dialing. Okay, then we have the fixed target abandon rate. So it basically bases it on live connects. Okay, we've got the fixed target abandon rate, so it bases it on the call attempts. Okay, and then you've got the option of progressive dialing. It basically is a bit slower, but it just means that you'll have less abandoned calls. Okay, and then you can obviously, here with the slider, you can set the amount of seconds that the dialer should wait before it makes another attempt. Okay, so as you can see here, the time is 15 seconds. You can increase it to a minute, to more than a minute, and so on. Okay. It also has the same option of call recording, so you can record the agent and the customer. Okay, and also the option of assigning the line. Okay. Okay, if we also look at here the option of advanced dialer settings, we can put in limitations, okay, which can be seen here, and we can also choose the dialer group. Okay, the dialer group is based on where we're located. So sometimes you could be, for example, if your campaigns, or if you're located in Spain or the UK, you can actually choose an access point to the nearest dialer, obviously in the country that's nearest to you. The ones that we normally use are Belgium. We also use Germany, which is based in Frankfurt, and then we also use the UK and sometimes France and Netherlands. Okay, but as I say, it entirely depends on where where the majority of your agents are located. Okay, we have here the option for call limitations. Okay, in this particular call task, so you can see here that we can limit on call attempts, on the connections, on the failed call attempts, on the number of dropped calls, on the number of answering machines, and the number of no responses. Okay, the call attempts, you can even set it, you can set various call limitations. So I could, for example, I could set a limit of 2 calls, so 2 call attempts per 4 hours. Okay, and then what I can do is set a maximum of 4 calls per 24 hours. And if I wanted to, I could even set a limit of 10 calls in total. Okay, so if I was to set that as total, what it will do is it will make 2 call attempts every 4 hours. It will make then 4 call attempts in any 24 hours, and then it will make 10 call attempts total. Okay. The reason I don't just put in 4 in 24 hours, okay, is because the dialer, it will try at different times of the day. So it could try a call, for example, now, and then it could try it again within an hour, or it could try it in 4 hours. It's totally random. Okay, whereas here we can actually define it a little bit more and say that we want it to be 2 every 4 hours and 4 every 24 hours. Okay. You have the option here as well to prioritize by searchable fields. Okay, so if you remember in the form view, you had a magnifying glass. That magnifying glass will make the field searchable, and you can then prioritize those leads over the others. Right, so here you can prioritize on the import, or you can prioritize on the source. The source is the file name that you import when you upload your leads to the dialer. But you could prioritize on, for example, email addresses, on provinces, on towns, cities. If you've got ages in your data, you could prioritize on age. So you could direct certain sales at a certain age range. All right. And then you have the option here to define the drop call sound file. That will be the sound that will be played to someone when they pick up the phone, but there's no agent to attend to their call. Right. We've got here the option to do opening hours, so you can set it to be temporarily closed, or you can activate the opening hours, and you can define the times that your office will work, and also select the time zone. Okay, whether it's going to be your tenant time zone or the contact's actual time zone. All right, so that is the call task. If we close that window, we can look now at the export task. Okay, the export task will be the same. If I was to put here, for example, export success, okay, and then copy this. The reason I've called it export again is because if I wanted to group analytics in the future, I can do so. What we'll do is put the title and the internal name to be the same. All right, and then we can define how we want the file to be exported. So we've got the option here of CSV, Excel. You can even have it zipped up or in a JSON or to PDF. And then we have here the file name. So here we just put the name of the file that we want to export. And this means that whenever an export is ready, it will have this name to it, and it will do it the date format. So it will be year, month, day, hours and minutes. You can also, in the export tasks, you can do what they call field mapping. Okay, so by default, what it will do is it will export all the fields that you have in the dialer. Okay, but you can even set it here. If I was to put name, okay, and then I was to put here, imagine that I had a field that was called name, right? What it would do is it would find that field in the dialer and it would map it to this. Okay, you can even sort of format the number, format it in number format, or in a telephone format, or in a date format as well. So you can tell the dialer what kind of information it will be exporting out. Okay, the export one is quite a simple task. So what we'll do now is we'll move on to the next one. The next one we can see now is the new contact. This is normally for when you do inbound calling. So when you're receiving inbound calling for orders or similar things, okay, you can do that through this particular task. It's normally as well, it will give them a blank form view. So it will give the agent a blank form view so they can just fill out the information. Right, we have the same format. We have the title and the internal name. You've got the state details, so you can define what different custom statuses the agent should be able to select. You've got the option to call record as well. You'd assign it here to the inbound number, and you can also set it so that it displays a particular caller ID as well. The reason that we've got assigned line inbound is so that when you receive a call, it will automatically open up a blank form, because as I say, it's designed to it's designed for campaigns where they deal with inbound calling. Okay, and then obviously the assigned line caller ID is when you're making the outbound calls directly. All right, so yeah, we can just go ahead and put a tick on that one as well. So we've got that task created here. We're going to look now at the wait task. The wait task is just simply a task where you can move leads to. So imagine that I have a campaign where I'm going to be calling someone today, and then when I've finished calling them today, I want to do a follow-up call next week, but not at a particular date or time. So not a particular time. What I could do is create a wait task, and then I could tell the dialer that after X amount of time, so I could put a delay here in the flows, which we'll go into in another video. I could put it here so that in 7 days it would move it from this task to the second call task. Okay, but the wait task is just simply that. It's just somewhere you can store the leads, and it will mean that the agents won't be called until they move on to the next relevant task. Okay, so we'll click on that to save that wait task. The next option that we've got is an email task. So the email task is where you can send emails from. You would follow the same format as any other campaign. So we'd put in here email order confirmation, for example. Okay, that's just the name. And again, the reason why I've called it email at the beginning is just so I can group them in the event that there are a lot of email tasks. Right. We've got here the email preferences. Email preferences would be the name of the host. So this would be the server that you use for your email service. We recommend SendGrid simply because it's a service that's easy to integrate with the dialer, and also they have sort of quite good protection against people using services for spamming or anything like that. Okay, it also allows you to keep tabs on how well your emails are doing, the delivery and the success rate as well. Here you can choose the protocol. Normally it's SSL, which is secure connection. and then here we just put in the user and the password for that particular email account. Okay, we've got here the templates. So this is, as I say, the emails are based on templates. And here we could just put in a particular address. So we could put in info@megacall.es. Okay, and here, if you're going to be sending the emails to a specific email address, so imagine that someone that you have a department internally that has to receive all the order confirmations, you could put in here orders@megacall.es, for example. So you could have any email or any lead that gets sent to the email task, it will send it automatically to here. Okay. The other option as well with the dialer is you can put in these symbols here, and you could put in, for example, name. Sorry, actually we'll put in email address, which would be better. So what this would do is it would take the field email from the form view, and it would send the email directly to that address. Okay, so this means that you could send like order confirmations to clients, different things like that. Okay, you can do the same in the subject. You can put in here customer name, or you could just put in name if you wanted to. And what it would do is it would automatically fill out the subject line with the person's name. Okay, again, it would take the data from within the dialer, and it would be basing itself on the different options that are on the form. Okay, you've got the option here of HTML and text. Text is just simply if you want to put plain text, and HTML, it will allow you to put in hello, and then for example again customer name. So you could just put in name, and it will pull this information from the dialer, so from the contact form view, and it will fill it out here in the email automatically. The emails, that's the reason I say that they're based on templates. So you can't do like a specific email for one person. It's not where you can type in the email. It's just basically filling out the information from the form view and from the contact information. Okay, here it would just be HTML. So you could design your own template and then fill out the relevant information. All right, and then you've also got the option here to add in attachments. So if you wanted to attach a static PDF, so a PDF like for example, a brochure. All right, you could put in a brochure in the emails that you send out, and you could attach it here, and it would take the information from the campaigns. It would take it from the resources section. So you'd create a public folder here, and it would allow you to do that. Okay, I think that pretty much covers all the information. Oh, there's just two more things. You've got here the option to put in a CC and also the BCC. So you can carbon copy someone in, or you can blind carbon copy. Okay, yeah, I think we pretty much covered all the different options in this particular video. So yeah, that is how to work with tasks within the dialer. Thanks for watching.